and basketball for girls. There's a game November 21st versus Palmdale, and it's away, and the 26th versus Eastside, and it's home. And okay, boys soccer.
Mr. Ernst, stop.
He's messing me up.
Go in the corner.
Thank you.
Is that helping? No.
Oh my gosh. Boys soccer, November 25th, there's a game versus AV, and it's home. And for girls soccer, there's a game on the 25th versus AV, and it's also home. And the 26th versus Mojave, and it's away. ASB met our goal to create 7 new clubs, and some of our new clubs are Letterman's Club, Art Club, Bible Club, Ping Pong Club, Auto Club, History Club, and Fashion Etiquette Club. At our last blood drive, we increased our number of Alex donations substantially. Alex is where they, instead of 1 unit, they take out 2 units, and they give you your red plasma back, and sorry, your white blood cells, and they give you back your, oh my gosh, I just messed that up.
So they take it out and give it back to you?
They take units, you get your white blood cells back, and they take your red plasma. We had a flex day Tuesday, and it went really well. Class transitions from second period to flex were quick, and the enrichment classes filled quickly. Another flex is scheduled for tomorrow, and on December 5th, we are starting our mandatory intervention program, beginning with math. Students that are struggling with the math subject are currently on a list to stay in their math classes, so during the flex, their teachers can address and help fix any problems the student has. And Winter Ball's tentative date is January 18th, and the theme is Glitter Ball Gala. Tomorrow, the senior panorama picture is being taken, and planning of prom is coming along nicely, and the date is April 26th.
Present RHS stands at 767 students with approximately 96% on attendance. Partial on this academic progression was already covered on our enrichment intervention. It's going well. We're excited about that. The Jump 10 reports are complete, and you'll see those effects at the next board meeting when we have our spotlight. Students have received grade and reimbursements to their successful growth and maintaining high levels. We'll have some posters up for that as well for you guys to see. For staff, I'm impressed with the overall staff at RHS. They're working diligently with the changes. We have their intervention in Common Core. They're anxious for their desire to meet and coordinate their efforts once again. As we all know, stress does build up with new directions, but that's why they're all very excited for their Thanksgiving break, they told me.
That's not in bold print. Should it be in bold print?
Yeah, I think so. Community pride, needless to say, we've had a lot of success in the areas of band, to sports, to community involvement. One such of our items is RHS Cross Country is in the Fresno area over there at Clovis for CAF, and they're there tonight, and they're going to be running tomorrow.
And I'll see them.
There you go. We should be sharing a lot of those items, the band, cross country, and everything, the next board meeting. So, one last item of a teaser. We're scheduled to have a video presentation from ASB in our new video production class for you at the next meeting. So they said be ready to dance or eat popcorn. I guess we'll have to.
Mario can do dance and I'll eat popcorn.
She'll have the best.
We're going really well at Rosamond Elementary. In enrollment, we've yo-yoed this in the last month since I've been here, but we are presently at 749. A large part of the reason some of the kids are moving either to a different part of Rosamond, so now they're attending West Park. At least that's what the parents are telling me. And then a lot of parents are also transferring to new job sites, and that's why our enrollment has dropped from 754 to 749. Award Assembly, we held our monthly Student of the Month Awards Assembly on the 4th of November, and we recognized our students not only with high marks academically, but who excelled in their behavior by exhibiting the characteristics of a good citizen. We also recognized our students the final week of October for their efforts at the close of the first quarter. What we noted was an increase in the number of students recognized for perfect attendance. What we give credit to that for is the teachers. The teachers have come back to more energized. Their lessons have a lot more interaction with them. The kids are excited. I have them running up on the playground to me sometimes going, "You're not going to believe what we learned in class today." And they'll sit there and they'll tell me, and I'll go, "Wow, that is awesome." And they're high-fiving each other. So there's a change in attitude. Kids are excited about coming to school. Kids are excited about the new things that they're doing in class. Teachers are integrating a little more technology. And you know, anything that a kid gets to push a button or see something blipping across the screen, they're sold on it. So that's something we're really, really excited about. Also, to improve our attendance, we're continuing to recognize students with perfect attendance on a weekly, monthly basis. We did have a change in our attendance. Last month we reported that in the lower grade, I believe it was Mrs. Chitwood that took the Best Attendance Award, and in the upper grades it was Miss Anderson. This month, both classes had to relinquish their trophies. The awards went to, in the lower grades, I believe, to first grade, and in the upper grades it went to Mr. Warfield in fourth grade. And they were very excited about that. Our PTA is working very, very hard. They're working with the state on improving our fundraising activities, but also in bringing enrichment activities to the school. Right now, I know that they are talking with the state to find out what are the possibilities of bringing different assemblies to the school, like a BMX bike show, maybe on the lecture series to bring someone in to talk to the kids. I think this evening we're talking about Mark Twain impersonator, who would come in and talk about what it was like in those days, his inspiration for writing these stories. And because we want to emphasize more writing at the school, to talk about how he got inspired, the things that he wrote about, and then we're hoping that that'll transfer over and get the kids excited about writing about their experiences and just thinking outside the box and using their imagination in their writings. Equipment and technology. We're really excited. Rosamond's in the process of establishing a computer lab to help the students in better preparation for assessments in the future with Common Core. All those assessments are online, so we figure with the typing software that the IT department is providing for us and just basic keyboarding skills, they will be in a better place, in a better preparation to when the tests come, to be able to go through it. They have a limited amount of time, and a lot of these kids do not have computers at home, so we're able to teach them just basic keyboarding, where the W is, where the on and off buttons are, then they would be able to get through the test a lot quicker and better show their aptitude on that. At the present moment, we have 3 computer stations set up in the library. It's kind of our mini computer lab, and we're using that with some of the kids, again, for typing, but also what they're doing is we're catching the overflow so that we can assess 3 kids on their accelerated readers. So they're coming in, they're taking their tests, and they're going out again, and they're doing this during their library time. So while their classmates are looking for books, they're able to take their accelerated reading test, and then they can check out a book on a new level or the same level, and then come back next week and test again. It's really small. We're having a couple of glitches, but we got it worked out to where we're able to see approximately, I think right now, I think Leanna said that we're seeing maybe about 10 to 15 kids a day. So that's 10 or 15 additional kids that have access to accelerated readers tests so they can accumulate points and then move up on their reading levels.
We went from 715 to 721, so it's definitely true. Some of his students may have moved over to my school. Our Student of the Month Board's Assembly for October was held on Monday, November 4th. The Student of the Month Award for November will be held in December 2nd at 7:30 a.m. The value that we've been working on for November is for our students to use only kind words towards others. They will also be continuing, of course, to work on all the values that we've learned in previous months, which include, for August, keeping your hands, feet, and other objects to yourself. September, to listen to and follow directions the first time they are given. And from October, to stand and walk quietly in line. Our next school site council ELAC meeting will be held on Monday, December 9th at 3 p.m. And our next PTO meeting will be held on Monday, December 2nd at 3:30. Our PTO just recently held this past Friday an amazing family night called Brights from Around the World. We had approximately 200 to 250 people come out. Basically, there were so many people there, we ran out of seats. People were standing. We had to put down some more benches and things for people to sit on. It was just absolutely a fantastic event. Basically what happens at our Bites from Around the World event is each grade level has a region or a country that they decorate and bring food from. The parents and the teachers donate food and different things, and then we ask parents to donate 50 cents per bite. I think we raised about $800 that night, so just for our PTO from that one event, which was pretty outstanding. An example, our first grade students were responsible for bringing food and decorating from Asia, and our kindergarten decorated and brought food from the United States. So each grade level had a country or a region. And like I said, this year I think we probably tripled the amount of people that we had from last year's event. So it seems like every event we have, as we continue to grow, parents are just really excited about coming out to our events, and they're hearing lots of positive things, so more and more people come out. We also had 3 different classes do some performances. Some of our oral language festival students performed, and 2 teachers had their students come up and do some Thanksgiving presentations. So it truly was an outstanding event. Our PTO is also going to be sponsoring the first week of December our Santa Secret Shop for our students to buy their family little presents for the holidays. So we're looking forward to that. As I've said before, our PTO is really focusing on trying to do kind of a fun family night, and then kind of followed by an educational, more towards the educational side event for the next kind of month. So in January, they were going to be doing, and we're still working on planning it, so I don't have a date yet, but we're doing what's called a story bee, which is similar to a spelling bee, but basically the kids get some keywords, and then they have to create a story. And somewhere in that story, they have to use all of those keywords that they have. So we're really looking forward to that. It'll be our first time we have something like that happen. 2 of our classes are going to be doing some assemblies to try to teach the kids how that they work. So the teachers are going to be working with their class so they can show the other ones how to do it. I think it's going to be an absolutely amazing event as well. Our progress reports were sent home this past Friday. And we started our Salvation Army canned food drive for Thanksgiving holidays this Monday, and our canned foods should be picked up this coming Friday. The top 2 classes with the most canned food items will receive an ice cream sundae party, and we'll also be collecting canned food items for the first 2 weeks of December for the holidays for that to feed to needy families in our area. We are also, West Park each year for the last 4 years has had a Scholastic Pajama Drive, and then we'll be doing that for the first 2 weeks of December as well. We ask for our families to send in pajamas that are donated to Scholastic. Scholastic then gives those pajamas to students, again, in our area, surrounding area, so it might even be in Bakersfield and such, but in this vicinity. Last year we collected a total of 110 pairs of pajamas. For every pajama that we donate, they donate the pajamas to a needy child as well as a book. So it's a really cool thing that our students have been able to do for the last 4 years. Many of our teachers have placed projects on donorschoose.org that have been funded this year. Our teachers have received items such as laptops, iPads, portable whiteboards, tablets, art supplies, Scholastic News subscriptions, and many other items. So far just this year, we've collected in donations from Donors Choose almost $13,000. I attached kind of a list of some of the projects that some of the teachers have requested items for, and as well as a flyer for the pajama drive. It's just been a really good thing. Our teachers are very excited about all the different projects that they're being able to do. Some of our own teachers have donated to some of the projects, as well as I think the biggest donor so far has been Chevron. Chevron has really done a fantastic job to donating to our staff that have been on Donors Choose. West Park this year will be again doing our annual Angels Tree to collecting gifts for our needy families from our school. In the past, we provided each needy child with a board game, a popcorn tin, some socks, a watch, and a sweatshirt. This year, our PTO is working on providing even more items for these families. They really want to work on, like toilet, I guess for lack of better words, toileting things like toothpaste, toothbrushes, brushes, combs, and things like that. That would be helpful at home for different needy families. Our kids are excited. We just recently noticed that there's a big sign out front. A lot of them have just noticed a big sign out in the front of the school with our lovely plan for our playground and our dirt area. That's no longer going to be dirt area. And as soon as they see it and they come up and they're just so excited about maybe having the possibility, it says coming soon, so you might not want to make them wait too long because they're very excited and they don't understand that soon could take a little bit longer than right now. I agree with Mr. Torres as well that our Safe School Ambassadors is having a very positive impact on our school, and our students are looking forward to going to that training as well on December 11th. Thank you.
And our attendance is 97.2%. I'm really proud of our attendance committee and our staff. We have made this goal for our school to have another week of perfect attendance for our students, and we're getting into the 95, 97s every week. And we're definitely giving a lot of donuts and pizza parties for classes that are receiving their perfect attendance. Our discipline, we continue to review our plan, but not only are they now reviewing our discipline, but also reviewing our emergency equipment, looking into our safety as far as our containers. One of the things we discovered is our emergency equipment is in a metal caboose outside of the fence. So we're going to be asking for it to be moved inside the school, obviously, for obvious reasons. If there's an emergency, we want to be in a contained area. So that's something that was discovered in our Safety Discipline Committee meeting. Our technology and curriculum, it's a huge task that our school is faced with. Not only are we faced with new curriculum, textbooks, one-on-one devices, Common Core, it is a huge challenge. Mr. Pellman and Mr. Dan Murrow and others who are on the technology committee are working with Mr. Dan Wexler in trying to make sense of it all. We did have Dan Murrow received our first set of laptops in our 6th grade as a test run today. So we're outrolling that. There was, as one could expect, some glitches, but we are working on those glitches and fixing those so that we could definitely use those as a test run as we roll out all of our one-on-one devices for the whole school. Our SST, we currently have 6 students in the SST program, and that's our student study survey team. Those are our students that we identified that may be needing more accommodations and needs. Obviously, these are steps before we get students tested into our special ed program. Mind you, they may be, but we want to make sure that we go through everything before we get to that stuff. Our ASB committee is definitely working on our canned food drive, winter performance, which is being put together also by the fantastic group after school that sang the last board meeting, Mr. Salazar and that group of students. And it's scheduled for, well, we had our anti-bullying assembly, which went really well yesterday. It was really fascinating to, after the assembly, having students come up and say, hey, you know, this is what I could do to make the school safer, which was really, really a catalyst, which is a great thing for our school. Attendance, again, we're having really good support in our attendance. Leadership committee met, as well as our school site council. We approved a student single plan for student achievement. Also our ELAC also had and met and also signed off on that. Our sports, our boys and girls, boys are now practicing and our girls are trying out for the basketball. We have our program right now, currently enrollment is 318 students, a little bit declined, but that was our cross-country team. Obviously ended their season. Now our numbers will definitely go up when our basketball program starts. We had now Dr. Gonzalez is working with us with our curriculum, and she was also there today with our Common Core training. It's pretty fascinating really to have the articulation with the high school and working together not only with the math but with everything else. The relationship building between ourselves as an admin team but as well as the staff, it just produces a great deal of fruit, which is something that's fantastic for us. So with that said, I just wanted to add, it's Thanksgiving and I'm really thankful to be the principal of Tropical Middle School. Something that I often reflect on is how many changes have happened since I got here and how many more changes are coming between Common Core, one-on-one devices, the construction, and how grateful it is to have a fantastic administrative team that laughs together. We laugh at ourselves sometimes and at each other, but it is a really great team to work with. This is my 19th year in education, 9 years in administration, and I have to say it's probably one of the better teams and best teams that I've ever worked with, because they really are not only empathetic toward one another, but it's good to be able to pick up the phone and call Harold or Mike and say, hey, what are you doing? And have those conversations, which is helping us all out. So anyhow, I'm grateful for that. I know that our evaluations are done with our teachers, and we have some stellar teachers at Tropico. Not only do I have to say that, but the evaluations show that. We have a great team. There's going to be a lot of challenges coming before us, and definitely the time to reflect, come together as we look forward and looking at these changes so that we could work together and make it happen for our kids. So that's it. Thank you. Any questions?
9 contracts at this point. We are 3 students from being completely full with our full-time positions and those who are doing part-time. So we're already where we were at by halfway through the second semester of last year. There's no, 3 rare earth students are requesting transfers to Abraham Lincoln. I haven't made a decision on those yet. And then there are no pending placements at Abraham Lincoln. So everyone who is requesting Abraham Lincoln, they're there. We've had 10 transfers since my last report, 7 from RHS and then 3 from out of the district. It does have a significant impact on us. I mean, I know to you 10 students sounds like, but that's a 20% increase of our student body in 1 week. And for a school that only has 3 rooms and 3 teachers, it impacts everything. So we do have them here. They're settled and hopefully adapting. But we have questions about that part right now. Only new graduation situation since my last report is we do have 1 certificate of completion. She's waiting for the results of her math CASI from the last testing. Staff, we had our first mini Spirit Week on the short week of October 21 through 24. It went very well. The kids were very positive. The staff was very positive. The staff, we all dressed up crazy for those days. We had pizza party. We had treats for them every day. Part of this, again, just trying to build a community with this group of kids. And we're having to do whatever we can to get that community going. They had a basketball game, and Ken Miller volunteered, and we actually had a referee for the game. And those students that were not playing in the game were cheering the others, and then Mr. Weinstein joined us for part of the game, so we were glad to have him there. Sue Nickham continues with her BPS test training. She's in Bakersfield this week. Patty Sanders, who is actually a substitute in the district, steps in often when our independent study teachers are on an extended time of absence, and she does a fantastic job. She keeps them up to their paperwork. She helps enroll students even as they're coming in. So she's really appreciated in that way. Heather Conklin continues to work with our students in the art program, the aggression replacement training. And then just as a personal note, I'd like to thank Mrs. Mendonca Notterman, who did the single school plan for us this year. The computer labs continue to be opened every day, and they're being used, or 3 days a week, and they are being used every day that they're open. Student morale, although belated, we are having our first quarter awards assembly on Thursday, December 5th at 10:30 a.m. in the boardroom. We'll be honoring students with a GPA of 3.0 or better and attendance of 95% or better. So if any of you are available at that time, we would love to have you. There will be donuts involved. Teachers are working hard to keep students on track for the closing of the semester. Students are being reminded on a daily basis how many weeks of the semester remains for them to earn their completed credits. Events, we had a makeup picture day with Hank Morris just this past week. We got a good turnout for Rare Earth. We got everyone but 2 students. And then Abraham Lincoln, they just don't want to have their pictures taken for some reason. The Saturday administration of the CASI will be December 7th for the language arts and December 14th for the math. We're coordinating with the high school to have them all test together and then for monitoring from both sites so that students who are there from our program will have somebody that they're comfortable to be with.